Long ago, the strongest pirate in the world, Gold D. Roger, was captured by the Marines, and just before his execution, he said something that changed the world.
俺の財宝か欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ！この世のすべてをそこに置いてきた。
This started the Great Pirate Era. Many people set sail to find it and become the next pirate king and conquer the ocean just like Roger did. And this little boy Luffy was one of them. During his childhood, Luffy met a kind and friendly pirate, Shanks, who inspired him to become a pirate too. One day, while Luffy was hanging out with Shanks and his crew, Luffy ate this weird-looking magical fruit called the Gomu Gomu no Mi. It gave him the power to stretch his body like rubber at the cost of his ability to swim. Few days later, Luffy stuck into the sea unable to swim. He was encountered by a sea monster. There Shanks comes in and saves Luffy, but lost his own arm.
おお、俺たちを超えるか。じゃあ、この帽子をお前に預ける。俺の大切な帽子だ。大事にしろよ。いつかきっと返しに来い。立派な海賊になってな。約束だぞ、ルフィ。
Shanks, before leaving the island, gave Luffy his most precious item, his straw hat, and told him to return it when he becomes a great pirate. Years later, Luffy builds a tiny boat and sets off to sail on his own. But now he has to build a pirate crew. Luffy reaches his first destination, where he meets a famous local swordsman, Roronoa Zoro, who hunts pirates to earn their bounty. Zoro uses 3 swords and has a dream to become the greatest swordsman in the world. But he somehow gets caught tied up by a cruel marine officer, Captain Morgan. Their Luffy, being a kind soul, helps Zoro to escape, and while escaping they both manage to defeat Captain Morgan together. Then Zoro agrees to join Luffy's crew. Next, they meet Nami, a clever thief, but more than that, she excels in navigation, which is very important for sailing. Nami tricks Luffy and Zoro into helping her steal from a pirate named Buggy the Clown, who also ate a devil fruit and can split his body into pieces. After a wild fight, Luffy beats Buggy and asks Nami to join his crew. Nami, being a cunning girl, knew she can use them to gather big treasure for her personal interests, joins the crew for now. The crew arrives at a peaceful village where they meet this long-nosed boy, Usopp, who seems like a professional liar, but dreams of becoming a brave warrior of the sea. He's funny, loyal, and a great sniper. Usopp's friend, Kaya, is a rich girl who's being targeted by an evil pirate, Captain Kuro, disguised as her butler, Klahadore. Usopp exposes him, and with the help of Luffy and the crew, they defeat Kuro and save Kaya. As a thank you, Kaya gives them their first real ship, the Going Merry. Also, Usopp joins the crew as their sniper, and they set sail together. On the sea, the crew, starving from hunger, finds a floating restaurant. There comes this blonde-hair, curly eyebrows guy, a master chef and a simp. He had dreams of finding the All Blue, a sea where all the fishes in the world live. Our boy Sanji works under this hard-looking Uncle Zeph, who's a retired pirate and raised Sanji since his childhood. Everything was going smooth and delicious until when this gold-plated metal armor pirate attacks the restaurant. They had chaotic quarrel, and here our star boy Luffy defeats him. Luffy, being a big-time foodie, can't let the opportunity of having Sanji as a cook in his crew go. So he invites Sanji to join him. Sanji, too, having a dream to fulfill like other crew members, joins Luffy. In the meanwhile, Nami steals the Going Merry and runs away. The crew follows her to Kokoyasi Village, which is her hometown. Here, everyone got to know about her past and why she stole the ship with all the treasure. Her village was taken over by these merciless fish man-looking pirates who killed her mother and forced Nami to draw maps for him. Behind all this, Nami was secretly working to buy back her village from Arlong pirates in exchange of a 100 million berries. When she somehow gathered the amount, Arlong takes everything from her and betrayed. Nami breaks down and asks Luffy for help. He walks straight to Arlong Park to avenge her. Luffy then brings hell to the Arlong pirates and destroys Arlong and his base, and then asks Nami, Nami, having the dream to draw the whole world map, couldn't resist and joins him for further sail. The crew finally lands on a new island called Whiskey Peak. At first, everything seems fine. The townspeople greet them with open arms, offer them food, drinks, and a warm welcome. Everyone's laughing, eating, and celebrating like they're long-lost friends, but turns out that it's all a setup. The townspeople are actually bounty hunters from a secret criminal group called Baroque Works. Their job is to capture pirates for money. But this time they picked the wrong crew. Before anyone could even blink, Zoro takes them all down alone, slicing through the entire village without breaking a sweat. That's when the Straw Hats got to know about a desert kingdom named Alabasta, which is secretly being targeted by this Baroque Works. And among all this chaos, they meet this cute girl, Vivi, who is actually the princess of Alabasta. Hiding in disguise as a member of Baroque Works, she begs the crew to help save her kingdom from falling into war. Their journey to Alabasta is filled with danger. First, they land on an island stuck in prehistoric times, Little Garden. Dinosaurs roam freely, and two giant warriors have been dueling for over 100 years, locked in a battle of pride. While the crew explores, more Baroque Works agents show up to stop them. But the Straw Hats, each stronger and more united than before, defeat them and move on. As they continue their journey, Nami falls sick. The crew needs a doctor, and as soon as possible. They went to the nearest island to find a doctor. They stopped at this snow-covered place called Drum Island. It's freezing cold, and the people there are scared of pirates because of a corrupt king named Wapol who once ruled the land. Here, they meet the strangest but most lovable reindeer ever, Tony Chopper. Chopper isn't just a reindeer. He ate a devil fruit that turned him into a half-human, half-reindeer. But because he was different, he was rejected by both animals and humans. The only person who ever showed him love was this crazy old doctor, Hiralik. Here Chopper helps the Straw Hats defeat Wapol and treats Nami. As the need of the hour, Straw Hats needed a doctor in their crew. So Luffy invites Chopper to join the crew. Chopper breaks down in tears because for the first time in his life, someone saw him as a friend, not a monster. He joins the crew as their doctor, and finally, the Straw Hats left the island and reached Alabasta, a kingdom on the verge of civil war. People are fighting in the streets, torn between loyalty and lies. And behind all of this chaos was this cold-looking guy, Crocodile, the true leader of Baroque Works. He has the power to control sand, turning into dust and draining water from anything he touches. Crocodile is ruthless, and he wants to take over the kingdom. Every Straw Hat member takes on a powerful enemy from his organization. Sanji fights with fire in his legs. Zoro cuts steel for the first time. Nami uses her new weapon, and Chopper shows his beastly strength. Meanwhile, Luffy faces Crocodile head-on and loses twice. But Luffy never gives up. In their final battle, deep underground, he manages to beat Crocodile, but so hard that it shatters the palace above them. Sand flies everywhere, and Crocodile is finally defeated. There he saw Crocodile's right-hand lady, Miss Sunday, lying injured. Luffy saved her and lets her join the crew. The chaos ends. The kingdom of Alabasta is saved. The adventure continues, and their next stop is Jaya, a wild pirate town. Here, they meet a guy named Bellamy, who mocked Luffy after knowing that Luffy wanted to visit Skypiea, an island beyond the clouds. He mocks Luffy, calls him a joke, but Luffy doesn't say a word. After some time, Bellamy beats up one of Luffy's friends. This enraged him, and Luffy knocked him out in a single punch. The crew learns about a mysterious island in the sky, rumored as a fairy tale. But Luffy believed in it. With the help of this old man, The crew launches into the sky riding a powerful water current called the Knock-Up Stream. And just like that, the Going Merry flies into the sky. Up there, they find Skypiea, the beautiful floating island. This island is ruled by a man who calls himself God Eno. He controls lightning and believes he's untouchable. This island, too, got some chaos going on and is in the middle of a war. The native Shandians are fighting to take back their land, and Enel plans to destroy the entire island with a massive lightning attack. But Enel made one mistake. He didn't know Luffy is made of rubber and lightning has no effect on him. In an epic battle in the sky, Luffy takes Enel down and rings a giant historical golden bell that hadn't chimed in 400 years. The sound travels down to the world below, proving that the Sky Island was real all along. They return to the Blue Sea, but something felt wrong. The Going Merry is falling apart. The ship has taken too much damage during all this sky travel, and it's clear that it can't go on like this. The crew stops at a city of shipbuilders called Water 7 to find someone who can fix it. But things went from bad to worse. Here, Robin suddenly disappears without a word. The mayor is attacked and the Straw Hats are blamed. Everyone turns against them. Later, they got to know that Robin was captured by CP9, a secret government group. But it wasn't just a capture, she gave herself up to protect her friends. But Luffy doesn't care and not gonna let his friend die for them. He just wants to bring her back. The crew chases Robin to Eni's lobby, the judicial island of the world government. Marines everywhere. CP9 agents waiting. Gates of justice looming behind them. And in all of this, Luffy orders Usopp, who is disguised as Sogi King, to shoot through the world government flag. The world government's flag goes up in flames, and with it, Luffy declares war against the entire world government to save one friend. Will he be able to save his crew member? Or it's going to be a matter of regret for him?